the major that you are studying, the major that you are seeking as an undergrad, has zero bearing on your ability to get into medical school. Ask Dr. Gray Premed Q&A. I'm excited to have you on the show today. How are you?
Good.
Good. A little having fun, a little shy. Welcome to
Yeah.
the world. What can I answer for you today?
What do you think about clinical laboratory science as a major?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about it?
I mean, I think it's cool. It's okay because it kind of like puts you on track to the pathology of the study of disease
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as a pre-med major, like, is it like okay?
Yeah. So the answer is yes. The answer is always yes. As a pre-med, the the major that you are studying, the major that you are seeking as an undergrad, has zero bearing on your ability to get into medical school. Now, at the end of the day, I want you and I want students to pick a major that they enjoy. Now, a lot of
Mhm.
students love microbiology and biochemistry and chemistry, like all the boring, right? The boring pre med majors. I was an exercise physiology major because I thought that was better for me, more enjoyable for me. And it also hit a large percentage of the quote unquote prereqs for medical school. So I didn't have to take a lot of classes outside of my major for applying to medical school. And so I know lots of students do some sort of clinical laboratory science or something along those lines, and they really enjoy it because it's a little bit more relevant to ultimately what you want to do. And potentially it offers a lot of the prereqs as well, so you don't have to take a lot of classes outside of your major. And so for that reason, if you enjoy it, then great. At the end of the day, if you are doing this major because you think you need to or have to, or because it's quote unquote good for being a pre med for medical schools, that they'll like it, like don't do it for those reasons. But if you're doing it because it's cool and you enjoy what you're learning and you're really engaged with it, then great. Go study it all day, every day, and have fun doing it.
Oh, okay. So, in the one of my classes, I'm taking the class right now.
Mhm.
It's a biochemistry class, but it's on a 200. It's a 200 level biochemistry.
Okay.
What do you think about that? A 200 level
The,
biochemistry.
the the nuances of different courses and classes and stuff like that, I don't deal with because at the end of the day, they don't really matter.
Okay.
The biggest question is it a biochemistry that is super specific to the major, or is it a biochemistry that medical schools will consider a prereq? So, an example that I use all the time because it's relevant, because a lot of students do nursing before medical school, whether or not they wanted to be a nurse and then decided later on they want to go to medical school, or they're just using the nursing path to get to medical school. A lot of the nurse level classes aren't considered prereqs for medical school. And so that's really only the nuance that I want you to be aware of. The 200 versus 100 versus 300 versus whatever those small little nuances are with the classes don't really matter. But if it's not a general kind of biochemistry that will count as a med school prereq, that's the only question I need you to ask and make sure that you're not wasting your time taking classes that you're going to need to repeat a different course to qualify as a prereq for medical school.
Oh, okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
helps. Yeah.
So talk to me. How did you find out about the clinical laboratory science as a major?
So I was going through. I'm a transfer student,
Mm-hmm.
so I was going through like the majors for for the school,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't want to do biology. Firstly, because
It's boring.
everyone that wants to go to med school goes to the biology route. Like biology is like a very big class,
Yeah.
especially in my school, and more than half of them just want to go to med school because of biology. I just wanted to do something I would enjoy.
Yep.
So I saw the major and I was like, okay, let me read about this. And I did some research about the major, and it's really something I enjoy because it's going to teach me like the study of disease and stuff like that, to perform tests on urine and stuff. It was really interesting when I heard about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
And very, very relevant right in this day and age with coronavirus, this novel coronavirus, COVID-19 going around.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting, testing for that,
Mhm.
and how do you test and who to test and all that fun stuff. So definitely
Yeah.
super relevant. And something that a lot of pre-meds take because they find it and they're like, oh, this is fun, this is cool. So I'm
Mhm.
glad you found it. Do you have any other questions that I can answer for you while I have you?
Oh, okay. I have one more question.
Yeah.
I'm a transfer student, so I
Hmm.
have questions about community college classes,
Yep.
especially classes like organic chemistry and micro and
Yep.
yeah.
What
So
about them?
community college, like, what do you think about it? Like, should I retake those classes or go physics because I took it in a community
Nope.
college?
No. No. If you did well, don't retake them. Community college courses are perfectly fine. Will there be a school out there that doesn't like that you took community college courses? Sure. Is there still some negative bias towards community colleges at some medical schools? Sure. But big picture, you'll be fine.
Okay.
More and more and more students are going to community college for financial reasons, for schedule
Mhm.
reasons, for whatever. That is just not an issue. At the end of the day, the goal is to prove that you can academically handle medical school, doing well in your community college classes, transferring to a university, and continuing to do well will prove that. So there's no issue there to need to repeat and waste money repeating courses at the university level.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
I mean, uh, anatomy and physiology.
Yeah.
Do I have to take it in undergrad?
Nope. No, you don't. Anatomy and physiology. So A&P is not a prereq for medical school, but they're handy, right? I always say when students get into medical school, the question they ask is, "What do I do now?" And they think they should go take a class or start reading some books. And my answer is always like, just go enjoy yourself. You really can't prepare for medical school. The one caveat that I would put on that, the one asterisk, is anatomy. Not necessarily physiology, but anatomy. Because that's usually kind of the first class that students walk into in medical school is anatomy, and it's a lot. It's a lot of just nuances and memorizing different parts of the body and bones and just everything, right? And so for a lot of students, if it's the first time you've been exposed to it, and you're also kind of getting used to the med school life, it can be overwhelming for some. And so, if you have the time to build it into your schedule and not overload yourself so that you're struggling both from a financial standpoint, from a grade standpoint, from an MCAT prep standpoint, from making sure that you're getting all of your other extracurriculars in, if all of those are still okay and you have time for some anatomy and physiology, go for it. It'll be good.
Oh,
Obviously super relevant for medical school and being a physician.
all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck on your journey. I wish you the best.
Thank you.